Primus and Bandy. Primus pushes wide this time, but leeches the defender, forces it back in. Carter stepping through the travel, pushes out wide. Chisholm at half-back. Kicks again and again, not all that well from Scotty Chisholm. Waters caught in the tackle from Vanford. Hawking forces it forward. Fitzroy really applying the pressure to Fremantle, and just a few signs of a little bit of a crack in the armoury of Fremantle here under this pressure, John.
Scotty Chisholm's kick just demonstrated that Fremantle have been instructed to kick the ball low into the wind, and a few of the players are having difficulty with that, and some of them are just dribbling along the ground off the boot. But 5-3 Fitzroy to 2-1 Fremantle, and certainly can't attribute that score difference to purely the wind, because Fitzroy have had more of the ball. Fremantle seem to be struggling a little bit with the conditions in that, the wind is favouring one end fairly strongly, and they're just finding that a little bit tough.
Yes. So Fremantle with the job ahead of them now. Spirits are rising in that camp. The Lions cock a hoop after a very good opening term. If you think back to the victory last year that the Dockers had on this ground against Fitzroy, was set up by a brilliant opening term, their best since they've entered the competition. Not so this afternoon. 5-3, 2-1. Start of the second term. And Fitzroy 5-3, Fremantle 2-1. Primus and Burton. Burton taps it down. Dwyer, nicely done, robustly through the pack and swings it out wide. Cassidy goes back. Oh, terrific grab. The one-hander. He's about 60 metres out, sets it up down towards full forward. Ridley is there, almost the mark on his chest. Mellington comes again. Mellington out towards half forward. Dips away about 25 metres, but was taken high. He's getting the free kick. Now Mellington featured with a couple of very long kicks in the opening term. If he goes for distance here, it will tell us about the breeze. In fact, he keeps it low towards the pocket. Says something about the breeze anyway. Intended for Barker, and Edwards comes across, and it will be reversed, will it? No. A hint of a reversal.
Just letting the players know, Dennis.
As it should be, John. Here comes the kick from Edwards out towards the boundary. Man, I don't like it. It's out of bounds. We'll have a boundary throw in. Interesting, in the first term, John, we saw the umpires tossing it up, and then on one occasion, one umpire tried to bounce it. They would tell the players what they're going to do there too?
Yes, they would, Dennis. They'd let them know, because otherwise it's difficult for the players to time their run, because they don't know how high the ball's going to go.
Fitzroy looking to work it away through the back. Dent taken too high by Abraham, and he receives the free kick. Coming short into the breeze. Bamford, the wingman. 6 possessions in the opening quarter. Now playing the members' side. Very stagnant into the forward line of Fitzroy, into the breeze, to the true centre half forward position, but again interference. Caught behind Fitzroy in the free kick against Cassidy. Fremantle now looking to open it up, and through Burton on the wing, away he goes. His handball couldn't clear Pike to kick it. Forced on now, Waterhouse, but Pike staying in the contest. Waterhouse breaks away. Half forward, a long kick from 55 out threateningly, but forced across the line, but just the one behind. And we've certainly got an indication of the breeze there. Waterhouse from some 55 metres out. Just a snapshot, and Fitzroy with concentrated efforts, hardly able to make 30 metres into it. Malloy wide, looking for Carter. And Carter having played his 3rd game. Bendigo under 18s. High, ball held up into the breeze. Hines from behind, 2 or 3 goes. Umpire calls play on. Feeds towards Burton. He can't handle it. And that's allows Morton at ground level with the pressure and the free kick. Carter's in amongst it again.
Pretty hard for a bloke as tall as Burton to tackle any other way. He's so much taller than most of the opposition players. It's hard to make it legitimate.
Johnson's the flyer. The spill comes down to Dwyer. Rombotis couldn't handle it there. Pressure from Chisholm. Ball spilled. Ball tied up. Umpires.
Chisholm's hurt, so is Rombotis. Had a tough day, John.
Tough year for him. Concussion here in round 2, actually, in a head clash with Darren Jarman.
That's very well played by Scott Chisholm. He didn't buy the balk or the hand pass away, went straight at the body. Both of them are paying the price now.
blood again, Dennis, and he certainly looks groggy, doesn't he?
Yeah. And Chisholm hit his shoulder, no question about that. Watch it again. He tries to sell a dummy here, and Chisholm, having none of it, went straight at the man, which is fair enough. John's doing an inventory as to what hurts, pointing at his head. He was terrific last week against Carlton. An emerging young player.
So he's been very good all year. Been most impressive. 4 games last year, a bit of a struggle for him, but has really found a niche in the centre of the ground for Fitzroy.
Averaging 19 possessions a game in a struggling team. Not easy in the midfield. Matthew Burton. Birthday boy this weekend. There's the bounce. Up he goes. Reaches over the top. Primus has got it, though. Held to him.
There's a heap of them around this ball, Dennis.
Matthew Primus. He's going to be a very good player as well. Had a lot of publicity in the pre-season, but he's living up to it. Knocks it down. Norris hits it on. This is McGregor. The hand pass wide of the target. Backing up, though, is Dwyer. Swings it wider still. This is Barker, forward of the wing. Kicks inside the 50. Jones goes back, and that's a good grab in the circumstances.
One of the very good defenders for Fremantle. Jones pushes wide to Edwards. Edwards into the team today from the emergency list. 3 changes to the Dockers side. He goes short still. Hines now still on the defensive half of Fremantle. Norris gives him something short still. They've made it to the wing.
Surprising they're not prepared to kick it long with the wind, isn't it? It's, the wind is certainly favouring right of screen, so you'd think that it's the wiser kick.
Burton's the target. Couldn't take it. Outmarked there by Malloy. There'd be a huge centimetre difference in that contest. Malloy with superior judgment. Now looking for the runner. He's given it to Bamford. He pushes up. Hawkins to front position. Out bodies Hines. Hines back well, though. Norris there to clean up. Heavy work from Jones behind in the blocking. Chisholm, your heights. Taken by Cassidy. Ball free. Pike paddles. Dwyer feeds. Bamford runs. Props. Goes long and high. It's all Ridley. All Ridley. Mellington caught behind. Ridley left foot. And away go the Dockers.
Waterhouse has been better this afternoon. He's at left half back. Kickett breaking down the ground for him. This will be interesting. Kickett, if this ball runs on, the Dockers are in. Here's a chance. Durkee down towards half forward. Pops it inside the 50 and finds Wills. Now, from what we've seen, the distance is gettable. Although more difficult here, working back into the breeze slightly. He kicked a very good goal in the opening term. They need this one, the Dockers. They're down 5-3 to 2-2. Andrew Wills, 55 metres out, sets it on its way. Across the face, that ball held its line very well, too well, for behind.
So Andrew Wills now 8 goals, 7 for the season. 1 goal, 1 for this afternoon. Malloy in short, Clayton. One of the rookies in the side, one of 3 for Fitzroy to Dent. Shorter, Waterhouse working hard, up and tackling again. He wants to put the pressure on Fitzroy, but Fitzroy through Carter by an extra 50 metres towards half forward. Barker couldn't handle the ball. Coming back into Morton inside. Barker's there with him, but Leach, consummate professional at half back, cleans up, pushes down. Dent's a spoiler. Durkee buying that little bit of time. Man, left foot tossed in. Burton's the target. Will he go on? Yes, 45 metres out from goal. Wobbles it. O'Reilly injured in the first quarter. Time on the bench. He's come back now to fill the forward position. Looking for his first goal for the season. Not an unusual call on the fullback from the Fremantle Dockers. Very deliberate. He's got it. Goal 1, Stephen O'Reilly.
Steve O'Reilly's probably enjoying his stay at that end of the ground, but I think the kick from Matthew Burton was probably, well, as you called it, Terry, it was a bit of a wobbler off the boot, but Steve O'Reilly's got his... You see Peter Mann kicking the ball into Burton and then Burton playing on immediately. could have been intentional, but certainly for the fullback of Fremantle, he's kicked his first goal for the day.